Sitting on the toilet, sitting on the toilet, sitting on the toilet. Now flush. Freaking, there was that chick that did that fucking. And you know what? Fuck it. Back in the day, Grandpa and Daddy used to come into the bathroom on Sunday with paper and sit on the throne for God knows how long, come back out to the kitchen table and throw it right back on there. You know, the cell phones. The new newspaper. There we go. So, here I am. That light's killer. Yeah. Here I am. And, going over the news. And so, let me just catch you up to catch up to speed real quick. So, the U.S. military has just sent hundreds of armored vehicles over to Europe to maintain peace and security with Russia's posturing. Okay? Cold War. It's coming out that the NSA is responsible for the Russian hack attacks, or the DNC hack attacks that Russia is being blamed on. And I believe that Congress is suing the president for the information that verifies these claims, because we can't just start making these idle threats, with no proof. And the thing with hacking is that unless we catch the person right in the act, the chances of finding that person are pretty damn slim, because they can use a number of cloaking devices. For instance, the last page that they use, they can, they slam the door shut with whatever they want. At the same time, it's like, if I'm an American, and so if I'm going to hack the Russians, I'm going to, do something with Arabic. And, mix it up with Chinese code. And create a bunch of different information. It's really hard. Cyber warfare is extremely difficult. And all this is doing it's extreme rhetoric that's not beneficial for any of us. So and with the DNC emails and stuff, they're saying that the NSA is responsible for that. I don't doubt it. I mean, I actually believe that the DNC is responsible for it. I believe that there were a bunch of Bernie supporters in a Democratic National Convention that felt that when Hillary was doing her shiesty acts against Bernie, that, well, freaking she messed up the election. Well, that's the whole thing, is she messed up the election. She initially set it up, and then she's trying to pass the buck onto Trump, claiming that he's done what she did to Bernie. That doesn't make sense. So, the oil is going up and everything. There's really no reason for it besides, well, the petroleum, OPEC, the petrodollar. That's what is keeping this nation afloat. So, gotta consider that. I mean, gas still cheaper than soda or a cup of coffee. Yeah, a 60-ounce cup of coffee costs like $4 something, and going to buying a gallon of gas can almost get 2 gallons for that price, or can get 2 gallons for that price. I mean, they're like $5, but there's a lot of stuff happening with Antarctica as well, which is kind of, I'm trying to maintain that one because that's a huge rabbit hole. However, the UFO, the alien disclosure is coming out here soon. The fact is that there's still, there's still a lot of time before anything happens, before the inauguration, and I'm telling you, I mean, think the wave is about to hit us pretty damn hard. And if no one can see this, then y'all are blind. I mean, and the Florida shooter, I've already said that was MK Ultra and this, that, and the other. I had a feeling about that just beforehand because of the proximity that the gentleman was to HARP, High Oral Activity Research Project or Program, or I can't remember that. But anyway, this messes with the ionosphere. It's supposed to be, for weather modification weapons and this, that, and the other. Well, the whole thing is, the MK Ultra was a very large experiment, and they actually test LSD on a bunch of Harvard students and this, that, and the other. And lo and behold, one of those students that were tested was Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. I'm going to actually start focusing a little bit more on my videos and catching everyone up to speed with some of these operations and projects that the United States has done, a lot of the declassified things, and give a better understanding as to the world that we live in. And people will start to realize that the military-industrial complex that General Eisenhower, warned us about is coming to fruition, or it's been in constant involvement. Be safe, be kind, stay strong, and continue to do your research. Do not stay ignorant. Things are painful right now, but we need to stick together, and we need to understand what's going on. We need to come up with a clear conscience. Fuck all this racial BS. This is divide and conquer strategy. Freaking the bottom line is that we're all fucking humans, and we're all getting fucked over by the same goddamn people. And none of them see race. None of them see race. Because race doesn't exist. It's ethnicity. But the elite, the psychopaths that run this world, they don't see racism. They promote racism because it's divide and conquer, break up the household, break up the communities. Pardon me. If people cannot unite, people cannot overthrow. This is how they have so few numbers against us. It's because we're all divided. And they know that we will not unite, and only small pockets of us will unite, and we're easily categorized as a terrorist organization. Whether it's the NRA or damn freaking Black Panthers, skinheads, or whatever the hell it is. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's the... However, if, Virginia decided to get together and do something where this entire state just stood up and did something, well, that's a little bit more complicated to disrupt. Because there's a lot of ideas, but we're all focused on one idea, and that's freaking bringing back our country to its proper order. Alright, I'm done here. I just gotta do the paperwork.